Candela Obscura gets its first official adventure from Beatles and Grimm. Yeah, Candela Obscura gets its first official adventure pack from Beatles and Grimm and Darrington Press, because they're still trying to make Candela Obscura a thing. Let it go, let it go. Focus on something else. You know, I just want to say, hindsight being 2020, when introducing a brand new role-playing system from a company best known for D&D, based upon a system that was based upon a system, perhaps Call of Cthulhu Light, written by a guy who repeatedly said he doesn't like Call of Cthulhu or Victorian horror, wouldn't have been your first choice. Your audience doesn't want to see you playing Candela Obscura. Your audience wants to see you playing fantasy or fantasy-esque. But Darrington Press threw Candela Obscura on the walls and just kept waiting and waiting and waiting for it to kick off. And then it just sort of piddled away and died. But just before the last ember went out and we'd all but completely forgotten Blades of the Dark Light, they've released this. Not just releasing this, they're releasing it through Beatles and Grimm, which means it's going to be a super deluxe faux leather golden box, double super platinum chromium 3D that's going to cost you probably the same as your car. And then it's going to sit on your shelf gathering dust. Meanwhile, whatever happened to Illuminated Worlds? Are they ever going to return to the core rule set, or have they just given up and just want to give Candela Obscura one more chance to be a thing? Now, really, guys, I don't want to 100% bag on Candela Obscura. I will say that at least 2 people have come forward to me over the past year and said they actually enjoyed it. I would then, of course, being the asshole that I am, remind them that was it the system or the world? Because if you like the system, well, you know, the core rules for the Candela Obscura are basically Blades in the Dark run through a washing machine, and Blades in the Dark was basically powered by the Apocalypse run through a washing machine. So the rules were already out there. There was nothing original or unique about the rules. They just went and took an already very established, decent rule system, added a few unnecessary gimmicks so they could call it their own, and released it under the title Candela Obscura. Or was it the setting that you liked, this alternative quasi-Victorian steampunk setting? Because if that was the setting you liked, please allow me to show you Call of Cthulhu or several hundred other games that explore the exact same genre better. But, I mean, was there anything redeeming about Candela Obscura? I don't know. Nothing about it just sounded like it was going to be a success. The system was a system based on the system based off the system. The setting was a setting we'd seen 100 times, and the individuals that were supporting the setting were individuals whose target audience wanted nothing to do with that genre. You could have easily just taken the honey heist storylines that you've already established and continue to explore those using that system. Release a honey heist source book and use Illuminated Worlds, and then just do the live plays running honey heist or running other things. 5 episodes of Candela Obscura. Here's how you could do Illuminated Worlds horror steampunk. 5 episodes Candela Obscura / fantasy. Here's how you could use Illuminated Worlds using it as fantasy. Here's honey heist. Here's revisiting all the other spin-offs and sub-adventures we've done for 5 episodes using the Illuminated Worlds system to show you how Illuminated Worlds can be used as a generic universal system. Then when the Illuminated Worlds came out, you could have just included a campaign source book and featured 10 pages, 15 pages on Obscura, 10, 15 pages on honey heist, 10, 15 pages on that weird post-apocalyptic racing game they did, 10, 15 pages on, the one that they did the Wendy's crossover, and that would have been perfect. That's would have been what they should have done. But instead they did Candela Obscura, and it was a failure. But God forbid that we don't just let it die peacefully. So let's just throw one last ember on the fire and hope that there's enough people who can justify bankrolling a super duper deluxe chromium 3D Beatles and Grimm $100 plus to make it worthwhile. I would just let it. I would just let it go. Just let it go. But that's just me. But again, I mean, I could be 100% wrong, and there could be people out there who actually enjoyed Candela Obscura. But then I would just again remind them, well, there's actually better systems of which Candela Obscura is based on. Perhaps instead just take a look at Blaze in the Dark or Powered by the Apocalypse. I don't know. You tell me.